Hello everyone, this is Fimbulvetr with my first proper top 10 video, really my first proper video because now I can't upload, don't really count really. So I'll be counting down my top 10 least favourite Pokemon from Kanto. Now before we do general, I want to start blaming me for going, I hate now, I know, you're a flipping criminal. I'll be hopefully attempting to get around to doing this top 10 for all fair seasons. I've already got my stuff lined up for JoJo, but it's more an issue of time and when parents are out so I actually get to upload this video. Okay, at number 10, I'm going to start by being brave by beginning my hopefully illustrious YouTube career, we'll see, with criticising a legendary Pokemon. Yep, I'm starting with Zapdos. I can justify my dislike for Zapdos via a number of reasons. I mean, I can start with the name. It's the middle of the legendary bird trio, so naturally it ends in the Spanish word for two, dos. But really they couldn't think of anything better than Zap to represent being electric. I mean, for Articuno, we have Arctic, which is obviously the corruption of the word Arctic. And it's at least a cool thing. They don't call it Isuno or Snowuno, do they? Then Moltres, that's the best one because it actually works. It actually combines and forms a portmanteau. I love flipping portmanteaus. Moltres and Flares is brilliant. Zapdos, because that is the very definition of electric and everything around that. Just know it's really going to make it not difficult to come up with good names. Thunderdose, Boltdose. They're better than that. I mean, they're not great, but I'm kind of doing the thing that I'm not got basic script that I'm doing real time, so and I haven't really done those then. But yeah, it is possible, and they just had a little bit more time because of what a decent name. But my main complaint is its design. Oh my god, it's just flipping ugly. Ugly as all hell, really. They had a chance to base this legendary off of the mythical and mythological creatures of the Thunderbirds, which are giant, evil-like creatures that carry like storm clouds on their back and to discharge electricity. But no, they think, Simpsons are popular. Let's make yellow Simpson-esque spikes everywhere, put spikes, spikes, spikes. This is what the pandas love. They're really gonna kill this, but no, not really. Job not well done at all, gameplay. And my own hatred of it as well. And I actually, and so I've already got those two bits. Of course, in X and Y, it has to be the flipping rolling imaginary bird for me. 1 in 3 chance, always ends. It always seems to end up getting ones that I hate. Anyway, number 9 is another surprising entry. It's Porygon. Possibly the most surprising entry, but I just feel that it shouldn't really exist in Pokemon. Pokemon are meant to be either kind of corrupted or slightly mutated animals, as displayed by many of their different Pokédex entries, and the fact that they could be classified as like a mouse Pokemon. So creating a virtual one just doesn't really seem right, because it's like virtual inception, basically. And it's not even that good. I mean, sure, its evolutions get better, and Porygon 2 is like there's a damn pitch to beat. But I feel that this Pokemon shouldn't really have existed in the first place. Add to that how incredibly difficult it is to even get. And get all those game coins, screw the money, I have rules. No, you don't have rules. You have stupid Pokemon designs and stupid Pokemon ideas. And yes, that was a terrible thing I just said, but we'll roll with it. Number 8, Magma. This is good based on design. Game got a chance to make a really cool molten lava spewing beast. But no, they made it have a butt for a head. Oh, I guess you could see it as breath, but I think the general context is it's got a butt above its eyes. And that is not a good design. Not for Pokemon, not for anyone really. Sorry, Game. Move on. Number 7, Drowsy. Now don't get me wrong, I do like people and stuff in fact. whenever it allows being favourite Pokemon from users, you'll see Kanto in a moment. Drowsy just don't really do it for me. It's an uninspiring name. The frequent disturbing empty feasting on children's things. I don't mind naming them the kiddo, but feasting on children's things isn't really cool. I know it's meant to be like a representation of a nightmare, but then you have that later and there's the dark line and multiple others. So I think I'll just take it in dreams. I know this is the original one, but it's still a bit bad, you know. But the main thing that really sparked my dislike for him was his not sprite, was his 3D movements within X and Y. Basically, you'd enter the battle and he'd appear. Kind of his hands waving up and down, his snout all and look really dirty and really creepy as well. And I just kill it straight away. Wouldn't even attempt to catch it. Number 6, Voltorb. Now, we're getting to the end of the spectrum where I really hate these Pokemon. Voltorb is just an abomination, really. It seems to be purely made as a troll. Game Freak was like, the items that we're going to have in the overworld look like Pokeballs, but what if some of them are Pokemon? And they're like, but that won't ever work because Pokeballs don't like Pokemon. Not anymore, they don't. If we could do a flip a dip of a herpy Pokeball, give it some eyes and make it work, baby. No, it's just terrible and it's so uninspired design. I mean, the only thing that actually saves it from being really low down on my, or really high up in my opinion of these three Pokemon is the fact that it evolves into Electrode. I'm call it Electrode, I don't know why, which is kind of cool because I love its quick enough, even though it shouldn't be there. It doesn't eat really, it just rolls around and does nothing. And also, it's shockingly high speed stat. I'm pleased with that. I know you're probably not pleased with that, but I am. Okay. Number 5, Gloom. The very definition of pothead in Pokemon universe. I'm not sure why this thing exists and looks the way it does. It seems to be, I don't know, Oddish was a nice Pokemon. Gets to about teenagehood, starts smoking pot, starts drawing, kind of a bit of a meth head as well. Crazy shit goes on with Gloom and Tinnitus. And then, having been on the drugs for so long, it eventually evolves into a thing that literally nothing in nature likes. The Rafflesia plant. It has a smell. It's a plant with the smell of rotting flesh, okay? And now, kids, that's what happens if you do drugs. You'll become a vile thing, and no one will like you because you smell of rotting flesh. In contrast, Game Freak did try to rectify this, which I do love, how Gloom eventually decides, how about I should give up these with the help of some friends. They take her to rehab, gets over it, and then in a burst of exuberance it evolves into the wonderful Blossom. Fact. Now this Game Freak warning about drugs, which is kind of cool, but also I don't really like it because it just looks horrible. Anyway, number 4, Lickitung. Now I think the whole world would just be better if this Pokemon didn't exist. There's no reason why it exists. No one in the world thought a Tongue Pokemon would be good. People at Game Freak, I don't even think they could have thought it was good. I'm just imagine a boardroom meeting. They've got Pokemon pretty much laid out. Okay, we're going to market this soon. How do we really appeal to the kids? How do we get everyone to buy it? How about we have a Pokemon based off a tongue? That's not a bad idea. Actually, it is a bad idea. It's a very bad idea that has led to the horrible monstrosity of Licky and multiple weird corrupted Pokemon fusions. Just look it up, Pokemon fusion. Lickitungue's face on any other Pokemon is just hilarious. It's scary. Sorry, Miley, but I don't like you. Number 3, Execute. On the surface, it's pretty cool. There's nothing really wrong with it. But then if you really look in deep onto its design, it's a pretty weird thing. Okay, there was 6 eggs now gained consciousness to form a gang. Then they cut off one of their members' heads, the one back with Yolk, so as to appear tough to stop other rival gangs of Pokemon from attacking them. Then one of them, presumably the leader, decides, I want to show that I'm the boss. So gets jacked up from super steroids and gets massive, as evidenced by the original Gen 1 sprite. I think they've rectified that since, but still, my point remains. So to show its position as boss of this syndicate. Okay. Add to that, just why is it one Pokemon? Surely, as 5.5 eggs have consciousness, surely it should be 5 separate Pokemon, whereas with an Execute being a single egg. That all makes sense, but no. And then defying science and defying, I think, logic, they make this egg Pokemon evolve into a coconut tree. Now I'm no biologist, and I'm no chemist, and I'm no physicist, but I'm pretty sure that that would never happen. Maybe in like 100,000 years, when the world is flipping dead, maybe the new life will come from eggs becoming coconut trees. But at the moment, it's just a terrible idea. Why did you break science, Kanto? Why? Number 2. Mr. Mime. Okay, I hate clowns, let's get it out there. Clowns freaking terrifying. They're just, at best, their own man that's severely depressed with his life, that puts on this fake smile on his face to try and entertain children. But at worst, it's just a disguise for rampaging murderers. It's blatant. Have you ever seen a clown and not thought that he could have killed someone? I don't think I have, apart from maybe in that one episode of Not Going Out. But even though that was terrible, the main character was dressed as a clown, but in a dress, so it was like a transvestite thing. I digress horribly. And also, just more, why do clowns even exist? Unfortunately, more children on the planet are scared of clowns than actually like them. I think if you like a clown, I think you'd like it if it was someone doing the same tricks but not in a clown costume. The whole idea of clowns being necessary for circuses or children's entertainment parties to perpetuate the idea that clowns are creepy pedo rapists that prey on children. And Mr. Mime is a perfect example of this. Look at him. Fine. He's a bit of a winkle pickers. I think it's a winkle picker. That's the name of the shoes. Yeah, I think it's. I'm pretty sure it's called a winkle picker. Might be wrong. But with those weird shoes and then kind of fluffy bits there. And I know specifically it's a mime. Maybe it's people are in a box then. But it talks blatantly. Especially in the anime, it's like, Mr. Mime! Doing all the sweeping, waiting for those kids to come home, and then I'm creeping and peeping on them. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. And then, it can actually be a girl. When you realize that, I think it kind of blows your mind as to how stupid it is. It's a Pokemon called Mr. Mime, and yet it can be a girl. Okay, why? Basically, just why? Why not have it single sex, like with Jinx, and have them like counterparts to each other? And then in Gen 6, they gave it the fairy type, make it even more like a gay clown thing. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being gay. Because, yeah, things happen. But, it wasn't until 13 life, but yeah, it doesn't matter if you're gay or not. But the point is, I think everyone can say the worst type of people in the world, even worse than terrorists, are gay clowns, because they can strike anyone at any chance and do it with that smile. Okay, now before we go into number 1, let's just have a few honourable mentions. Weeping Bell, because it looks dumb. Jinx, because Nicki Minaj. It's strange it didn't even make the top 10. Okay, now moving on to number 1. Let's have a look. Oh, we have two. Tie for number one. Wonder what it could be. Oh, they're one entire evolution. But who? Who could it possibly be? Number one, Grimer and Muck. Now I hate those people that annoy that like faff about and say, oh, Gen 5 is terrible, look at this uninspired design, Garbodor, Trubbish, Vanilla. Well, I won't be justifying them at the moment, but I mean Vanilla, who wouldn't want an ice cream person? But just to justify why Garbodor exists. Garbodor exists because a lot of the Pokemon in Gen 5 were made as deliberate homages to Gen 1. So if you don't like Garbodor, which is a more inspired design than Violet and Mark, who actually based off sentient garbage, as opposed to just slime that doesn't really actually exist in any real form, then you're gonna also hate Grimer and Mark. But no, Gen 1ers don't, and a lot of people don't seem to realise. I mean, some people do, and I give them credit because they're awesome. But the people that don't realise that Grimer and Mark are terrible are, I want to say idiots, but I don't want to lose some family. Haven't had their minds opened up by the power that is me and other YouTubers. Okay? Basically, the design point, terrible. Purple slime just doesn't really exist. And even if it did exist, it wouldn't become sentient. I mean, if it did become sentient, I think it would be exterminated pretty quickly instead of left to run around all the sewers. Because I'm not an expert on the water industry, but I'm pretty sure that the water that you flush and stuff, when it goes down to the sewers, is then filtered from the sewers and then drunk. So every time you get fresh water out of the vending machines in those games, you're drinking water that's kind of been through a grinder slash muck. Think about that. It's terrible, isn't it? It's a terrifying thought, and I totally agree with you. That's why I don't think these Pokemon should ever have existed. The sewers should be kept clean. Pokemon are meant to represent kind of idyllic world. They shouldn't have muck monsters festering within the bowels of the city. They should sort this problem out and sort it out now. That's right. I need you to join my sewer extermination team, where we go about getting rid of anything ever that's been related to Grinder or Muck. They're horrible and they're problems to society. I thank you. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, I guess the kinda hate on the bit of Gen 1 is a bit there, but it's cool. They all love me. They don't. Gen 1 is like such a bad gen, but in terms of graphic capabilities, interactive play, physical special, no split, the facility, no split in moves, no split in actual stats. You don't have defense, actually physical special. But yeah, a lot of the 151 are good, and eventually I will get around to doing top 10. Like, got my own lined up, as I said, I need to have an afternoon or something like 10 before I actually upload it. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and this is Fimbulvetr signing out. Goodbye.